So, dear students, so today our topic is anatomy and physiology of urinary system. Okay, urinary system, one of the important system. It was helpful for to remove the toxic substance from the body. That is the main major functions of the urinary system. So, what are toxic substances? So, they are produced after the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, or even the certain biochemical reactions or certain body functions. Some waste materials are processed in our body. Okay, so they are mainly excreted through the one system. So that system was known as a urinary systems. So urinary system, it mainly excrete the all type of the waste material in the form of the urine. So liver is also involved in the removal of waste material. Even our GIT, skin and respiratory system, so these are also involved in the removal of the waste material, especially respiratory system. It was involved in the removal of the volatile substances. So these are the end products of the lipid metabolism. So those volatiles, oils or volatile waste material, so they are processed in our body, means so they are mainly excreted through the lungs. And as well as, so those volatile oils as a waste material, so they are excreted through the skin also. So that's why, so when you are having the sweating, so when you are applying your hand on the skin, means on that time you are feeling the certain oily substances. Okay, so those are the waste material of the lipid metabolism. So they are excreted to the skin, especially through our face. So as well as the feces or GIT in the form of feces, it was also excreted the waste material at the end of the digestions or metabolism in the GIT, as well as, so that GIT is involved in the excretions of the other heavy metals. Our liver, it can excrete the heavy metals with the help of the GIT. So like that, so these are the various systems, so in our body, so they are involved in the excretions or removal of the waste material. Among them, the urinary system, so that was one of the important system. So it was involved in the excretions of the waste material. And also the urinary system, it was involved in the regulations of certain body functions regarding the blood pressure, regarding the erythropoiesis, regarding the thrombopoiesis, and as well as, so it was involved in the regulations of pH of our blood, that is was known as the acid base balance, water balance, electrolyte balance. So these all electrolyte balance, water balance, even pH of the blood, so that is also regulated by the urinary system. So that's why the most important system, even involved in the regulations of the various functions. If the failure of urinary system, the toxic substance, so that was accumulated in our body, so that was responsible for the failure of the our organs, or multi organ failure can be started due to accumulations of waste material, or failure of the kidney or urinary system to remove the waste material. So that's why, so always you can keep the healthy regarding your urinary systems. Already in the last classes or previous classes, I have already told you in the medicinal biochemistry class. Okay, so how to keep the healthy of our urinary systems or kidney. So in the early morning, you can take the plenty of water. So as the day is going on, the decrease the intake of the waters. Okay, early morning you take 3 to 4 glass. There is no, don't worry. You can take 1 liter up to. There is no problem. But in evenings, as the day is going on, the intake of water also decreases. But in the evening time, once again, immediately the environment was changes, some heat to the cold. So that's why where also you require, that is a 4 to 6 o'clock. You can require plenty of waters. Okay, so after that you do not take that much of water, and during the sleeping time you always empty your bladders. Do not keep the urine in the bladders. Okay, due to laziness or any work, you can go to sleep. So before go to sleep, you should be empty your bladder. Okay, by going to the urination. So because, so if the urine throughout the night, if it is accumulated, means it was responsible to create the problem to the urinary system, as well as it can create the problem to the cardiovascular system. So that's why, so when you're going to the bed or sleep, so before that you should be empty your bladder, and in the night time when you're going to the bed, you should not take the water. If you having the thirst, you can take the small quantity of water. Okay, do not take much water as you are taken in the early morning. Otherwise, it was create the fluctuations in the blood pressure by giving the load on the urinary systems. So now we go through regarding the introduction to the urinary system. So urinary system, it was mainly consist of the organs kidney. So they are the two kidneys in present in the human's body. One is the left kidney and as well as the right kidney. Okay. So then it consists of the ureters. They are also two in numbers. The major functions of the ureters is they can collect the urine. What is the urine? So that was formed in the kidneys or in the nephron. So that was supplied to the storehouse, that is the bladder. So urinary bladder, so these are one in number. So these bladder, so there acts as the store for the urine, water the urine. So that was formed in the kidney. So that was interconnected with the help of the channels. So those are known as the ureter. So ureter function is only they can supply them. So water the urine, so that for formed in the kidney, that deposit to the bladder. And here the bladder, it acts as a store for the urines. So when the bladder was completely filled, it creates certain pressure. So that was controlled by the both, that is the autonomic nervous systems, are that is the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So these are mainly control the micturations or urine output. Okay, so that bladder, it acts as the store under the influence of the certain hormones or certain pressure created by the urine or certain nervous system, that is the autonomic nervous system. So that bladder is involved in the micturations or it can allow the outflow of the urine. And also urinary system, it was consist of the one urethra, it is the opening of the bladder. It is helpful for the outflow or of the urine or micturations. So regarding the functions of the urinary system, its main function is it can filter the body fluids, that is the filtrations. So our body fluids, especially the blood, so that was filtered by only and only kidney. Heart, it can pump the blood. Lungs, it can change the carbon dioxide and give the oxygen to the blood. But what are waste materials, so they are present in the blood, so those are filtered or removed by the only one system, so that was the urinary system. And also the urinary system, it was involved in the waste processing or waste management. It is one of the type of the Mahanagar Palika in our body. So they are the managing the very well the waste material from our home. So like that, so whatever the waste materials, so they are processed in our body. So that was the process by the urinary system. If it is fail, then waste are accumulated. So they are create the problem in the organs or normal functions of the all the organs. So that was day by day decreases. Finally the multi-organ failure can be occur due to failure of the removal of the toxic substance from the body. So next one, that was the it was also involved in the eliminations of the toxins and the waste. With kidney, it was involved the eliminations of toxins like urea, uric acid, creatinines, or many other hippuric acids. Okay, ammonia. So many others are there. So they are excreted. Even the drug metabolites. So after actions of the drug, when you are administered drug, so that was shows the action. So after certain time, so that drug can be metabolized in the liver or any other site. But maximum drugs, so they are metabolized in the liver, so they become the toxic or some are non-toxic. So those are also eliminated or removed by the kidney. Maximum drug, so more than 90% of the drugs, so those are excreted through only and only urine. So that's why, so when you are counseling the patients, so during the administrations of drug in the future, your life in the practicing life, so where you always concentrate, so when you administer a drug, so how the drug can be excreted or where the drug can be metabolized. Okay, so if you concentrate, if you should be know the knowledge which drug you administered by the doctors as well as rectified by you. So you first you think about where the drug can be absorbed. Okay, for example, so the drug is absorbed in the stomach. Okay, so that candidate having the peptic ulcer. Okay, or that candidate having the gastric problems. Okay, so for the doctor, some other doctor, the GIT doctor, so they gives the antacids or proton pump inhibitor. So that was change the nature of the stomach. Then if you administer the your drug for any other condition, and that drug is only absorbed in the stomach mean, so that drug do not absorb in the stomach, because the stomach function, it was mainly depending upon the acidic pH of the stomach. And previously, so that patient is on the therapy of the antacids, okay, for use in the treatment of the hyperacidity. And same patient having the other problem and other doctors, so they prescribed another medication, and that medication is absorbed only in the stomach. Then already the stomach activity was decreases by using of the antacids, then this drug cannot be absorbed, so that it can enter the intestine, it can alter the functions of intestine, even it can alter the functions of the large intestine regarding the bacterial flora. So whatever the benefits of that drug is needed, so that drug cannot be give to beneficial effect to your body. So that's why, so there is your ideas, your counseling point is there, your technique is there, so minimize that error. So how to minimize? Simply you change the you can keep the duration between both drug. So those drug use the ant as antacid, so that should be take the in the early morning. Okay, or you keep at least 2 hours gap between the two therapies, then you can achieve the entry of the drug in the systemic circulations. So that much. Then other conditions, so you should be know where the drug is metabolized, because maximum drug they are metabolized in the liver. If the liver is under the problem means, if your drug is also metabolized in the liver mean, once again it can create the more problem to the liver. So that's why, so where you concentrate, because no more drug is not available for treatment of that therapy conditions. Still you need to administer that drug only, but you can monitor the liver functions, you can give the supplements or another drug, so that can improve the liver functions along with your therapy, because your drug is administered that was show the action and metabolize the liver, and already liver is under the problem, so there may be chance the toxicity is processed. So that's why where you need to decrease the dose, because of it is not metabolized very well, so that's why there is need to decrease the dose in the case of the liver cirrhosis, or you can manage the conditions. And the most important condition is how the drug is excreted. If it is excreted from the kidney means, and already that candidate was having the problem in the kidney means, where you can concentrate the or regarding the drug, you choose the drug so that less toxic to the kidney. Okay, such drug you are administered, so that drug can easily excrete. Otherwise, if the drug is toxic to the kidney means, then the kidneys more failure can be occur. So for the doctors or especially the pharmaceutical candidate, so they administer the drug. If it is excreted through kidney means, so they change the pH of the kidney with the help of the another medication. Then they enhance the excretions of the drug, so they decrease the accumulations of drug in the kidney. So that's they can produce. So like that, the kidney our immune system, it was play an important role the removal of the toxins. So that was one of the important factor to achieve the progress in the therapy. If it is not removed, then therapy was fail, even you are giving the ideal therapy. So that's why there is a lot of questions you can ask yourself, then only you are able to the counsel the patients, especially the give the therapy. The pharmacy candidate not only they can counsel, so they can give the therapy. That was the ideal therapy that should be according to the patient conditions. Okay, one of the students from your class asked to me, sir, some pharmacy candidate they are recruited in the COVID care centers. Of course they are recruited, because in the COVID patient, so where they need to give the therapy according to the conditions. Because so when the doctor they give the only drug related to the COVID, but what about their contraindicated diseases are there? Some patient having the hypertension, some patients having the kidney problem, some patient having the asthma, some patients having the anemia, some patient having many other problems. So who can take the care? So where that is the pharmacy candidate. So they are framework the therapy. to the patient. So that COVID therapy is very from patient to patient when where they are appointed the pharmacist. So that's why now so they are appointed the B Farm, M Farm, and as well as the Form D candidate in the COVID care center regarding the treatment of the COVIDs. So they only because these people they having the capability to develop the therapy that should be the ideal to that patient only. Okay, if the other patient having the same condition means that also it is applicable. But according to the patient, so they are develop the therapy that much they having the capability. That's why you should be have the huge knowledge regarding the drugs and as well as knowledge regarding the our body systems. Okay, so then the urinary system is also involved in the regulations of water, electrolyte, blood pressure, and blood cell synthesis. Okay, so then kidney urinary system is also involved in the formations of that is active vitamin D. Okay, so our kidney it can secrete the calcitriol as a hormone from the distal collecting tubule. So that hormone is reaches to the our under skin. So when our skin is exposed to the sunlight and where it was converted into a active vitamin D. So that active vitamin D is involved in the bone mineralization and absorption of the calcium from the GIT. So that's why the urinary system is also involved in the formations of the active vitamin D. So next we can study regarding the anatomy of kidney. So first kidney it is one of the important organ of the urinary system. So kidney it's play an important role in the filtrations of the body fluids because the kidney it consists of the special type of the cells and those cells are known as the nephrons, and nephron it will be having a different components. So among them the glomerular apparatus. So that glomerular apparatus in the nephron was made due to that is a blood vessels arrangements or capillary arrangement. They are made some semi-permeable membranes. So that semi-permeable membrane can allow the filtrations of the body fluid. So that's why the kidney it was play an important role in the filtrations of the body fluids due to presence of the structural and functional unit like a nephrons. So regarding the locations the kidney so they are present beneath of the that is the parietal peritoneums, just your backside. Okay, the innermost layer. Okay, backside you having the skin. Okay, below skin dermis epidermis, just below the that was there is a peritoneum cavity is there, a peritoneum layer is there, or that peritoneum layer a parietal especially parietal layer so that attached with a one bean shaped that is a dark red organ. So that was the kidney. Still the exact position is it is lie between the that is the T12 to L3 vertebra, that is thoracic 12 vertebra because thoracic having the 12 vertebra among the last thoracic vertebra from there to up to the lumbar 3 vertebra, that is the exact locations of your kidney. Okay, still you need the exact location means it is just between the 11th and the 12th ribs. Okay, in backside. Okay, you can monitor the ribs in the front side and along with you can move your hand to the back side. Okay, so that is the exact location of the your kidney. So dear students, if you having the back pain on that side, okay, that is indicates the problem in the kidney. Otherwise you don't worry about the anywhere part. If you're having the problem means you do not think about my kidneys under the problems exact you should be know. So where okay, so easily you can identify with what are the conditions of the kidney. So in the same exact positions between the that is the thoracic 12 and L33 in the backside are between the that is the 11 and 12 what that is the thoracic case or ribs. So where you can hit the persons speedily, or you can hit or beat. If the person's having the severe pain, that indicates kidney is under the malfunctions. Okay, yourself, you can hit yourself in the backside in that position. Okay, if you are not having the severe pain, means still your kidney was under the healthy. If you are after that you are having the pain, means so there is the indications of the kidney problem. So that's why, so when you're observing the patient in the backside, you can just push your hand on the skin. During the pushing your hand, if the patient's having the pain, or you can observe so where the swelling is occurs or not. If the pain is ours, mean stun lightly in the backside, stun or hit simply lightly, not forcefully. If forcefully means that was create another problems. Slightly, okay, touch. If having the pain means that is the problem, or you can slightly touch, then it can indicate early diagnosis of the condition. So that's why the exact positions of the kidney is between the 11th and 12th ribs, or 12th thoracic to the 3rd lumbar vertebra, or just beneath of the partial, that is partial, that is peritoneums. The regarding the size, so an adult, the kidney is about 12 centimeter long is there, 6 centimeter wide, and 3 centimeter, that is 1 inch is in the thick. So the color, it is the color is the dark red, and the shape is a bean shape like structure. And regarding the weight, so an and average, the kidney weight is 170 or 150 to 200 gram. Okay, so that much of the weight. So we are having, if the person's adult weight is 70 kg, so then that person's kidney is between the 150 to 200 grams. So regarding the structural components, the kidney is mainly consist of the adrenal gland. So it is the cap of the kidney. Okay, so this is the locations of the adrenal gland. So these adrenal glands play an important role in the regulations of the autonomic nervous functions through a secretions of, that is the adrenaline and noradrenaline, and as well as it was involved in the regulations or management of the stress, because it is involved in the secretions of the cortisol, and also that adrenal gland, it was involved in the regulations of the carbohydrate metabolisms. Okay, so due to once again the secretions of the glucocorticoids and stresses amount of like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, so they are secreted. So that's why even male, they do not have any fallopian tubes, ovaries, or any female sexual secondary organs. Still the male characters become the female characters after some therapy or any incident due to therapy. That candidate was under the stress. So due to under stress, the more estrogen is produced in the adrenal gland. So due to that, so they, the male characters become the female. Even some females are there, so their voice like a male, or their more strengthen like a male. Okay, so the certain their characters or behavior is like a male, because of even the female do not have any kind of testes. Still, that female will be having the testosterone secretions from the adrenal gland. So that's why the female characters become the male. So where you don't worry regarding that patient, you can counsel the patient, give the healthy nutritions. Okay, so due to healthy nutrition, so those all are abnormal between the hormonal balance. So that becomes the normalizations. Only one that was the healthy. So that's why. So your assignment, whatever the assignment was given for you, so that was helpful for in such condition. So those abnormalities occurs after the any given therapy. So with the help of the only the nutrition, you can improve the or balances the hormones level in the male and female as it is. Okay, in the how it is, it cannot be abnormalized the body functions of the both in female and female. And the kidney is also consist of the, that is the renal cortex. So this is the locations of the renal cortex. So they will be having the reach of the nephrons. Then it consists of the renal medulla. So this is the renal medulla. So where whatever the urine was formed, so that was collected. Then it consists of the renal pelvis. So this is the renal pelvis, this location. So this pelvis, it can allow the entry of the nerves and blood vessels and as well as the urethra. Okay, through the renal pelvis only. So the nerves system, blood vessel, artery, veins, so they are enter the kidney and exit the kidney. So nerves can enter the kidney or exit the kidney. Even the urethra, so they are RHS. Our pelvis, it can collect the that is the urines. So regarding it is also consist of the calyx, that is the minor calyx and as well as the major calyx. So these are the minor calyx and this one is the major calyx. Minor calyx, it can collect the urine from the, that is the medulla. Okay, so are from the neurons or from the kidney, it can collect the urine, so that urine can supply to the major calyx. Then the major calyx is also acts as the, it can give the certain store place in the kidney itself for the collections of the urine that was formed from the nephron. So that urine can enter into the bladder. So with the help of the ureters. Then it is also consist of the blood vessel. So they are supply the fluid to the nephron and as well as filtered blood. So that was taken away from the kidney and enter into the systemic circulations. So like that, the blood vessels like renal artery, renal veins. So these are the main blood vessels related to the kidney. Renal artery supply the oxygenated blood and renal vein, they can collect the deoxygenated blood. So they are all are passes through the kidney. One kidney having also one depression space that was known as the renal hilum. Okay, renal hilum is also present in the spleen, also present in the that was liver. So here the kidney is also considered hilum, that was known as renal hilum, through which only the nerve, artery, vein, they can be arranged, they can be adjusted. So these are the structural components of the kidney. So now regarding the functions of kidney, so kidney is also involved in the eliminations of waste material, filtrations of the body fluid, hemostasis, balancing of the water balance, acid balance, then many other balances, and also it was involved in the regulations of blood pressure, especially kidney. It was regulate our blood pressure for longer time, longer durations throughout the life or throughout the day. So that kidney was involved in the regulations of blood pressure. Remaining certain hormones are there, so only they can regulate the shorter this time. But kidney, it was regulate the lifetime or no, longer time involved in the regulations of the blood pressure with the help of the renin angiotensin aldosterone system. So that's why if any problem in the kidney, so that was also reflects on our blood pressure. If kidney under malfunction, the kidney was failed to excrete the waste material along with the sodium, then the blood pressure was increases. So that's why keep healthy and keep away keep healthy of the kidney okay environment, and you are away from the any problem related to the cardiovascular system. So kidney, it was also play an important role in the productions of RBC because erythropoietin, it is one of the hormone stimulatory hormone that was required for the erythropoiesis. So that erythropoietin maximum amount, okay, so that was secreted from the kidney. So that erythropoietin is also secreted from the RBC or one of the another organ, but major amount, so that was secreted from the kidney. So that's why if any problem in the kidney, the number of RBC or hemoglobin is also decreases. So that's why you will keep the your kidney healthy. So next we we can concentrate on the other organs like ureters. That our body or urinary system consists of the two ureter. So their major function is, so they can pass the urine from kidney to the bladder. So regarding the size, so they are 25 to 30 centimeter long and 6 millimeter in diameter. Location, they are present behind the peritoneums. Their major function only, so they collect the urine from the kidney and supply to the bladder. So next one, the urinary bladder, it is the one in number. The location, it is the retroperitoneal in the pelvis. Okay, function, it is acts as a store house for urine. Okay, its capacity, it can hold the urine up to 350 to 550 ml in the normal condition. By forcefully, it can hold about 1 liters, but in normal it can hold up to 350 to 550. Then it consists of the one place that was known as the trigones. One trigone like muscles are there. Okay, so they are present in the opening of the urethra. Those muscles, so they are present in the opening of the urethra, so they are trigonal in structure, so that's why they are known as the trigones. Okay, so this trigone, it's play an important role in the urine output. If the trigone was contracted, means the urine output is decreases. If the trigone was relaxed, mean the urine output is occurs. So here the ANS, that is the autonomic nervous system. This consists of two systems. One is the parasympathetic nervous system. One is the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, it can inhibit the urine output by contracting the trigone muscles. Okay, and parasympathetic nervous system, it can allow the urine micturition by relaxing the trigones. So like that, when our blood pressure increases, the urine cannot be occurs. So when you are going for urine, automatically our heart rate, the blood pressure is decreases. So that is the role of the autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So that's why the trigone is one of the important muscles. Those are present in the bladder near the opening of the urethra. So that muscles was play an important role in the micturations or urine output. So bladder, it was also consist of the another muscle. So those are known as the detrusor muscle. These are the layers of the bladder. So the layers of the bladder, so they are consist of the special type of muscle. So these are known as the detrusor muscle. And detrusor muscle is also like a trigone. So these are also play an important role in the urine output. So when the detrusor muscles are contracted, okay, so due to contractions of detrusor muscle, the pressure on the urinary bladder was increases. So due to increase in the pressure in the urinary bladder, so then the urine output is occurs. So when the detrusor muscles are relaxed, then there is no pressure in the urinary bladder, then the urine output do not occur. Here also the ANS, autonomic nervous system, it is also control urine output through a detrusor muscle. Here the parasympathetic nervous system, it can increase the urine output by causing the contractions of detrusor muscle. And sympathetic nervous system, so they inhibit the urine output by causing the relaxations of the detrusor muscle. So like that, the sympathetic nervous system, it can inhibit the urine output by causing the relaxations of detrusor muscle and contractions of the trigones. But parasympathetic nervous system, it can increase the urine output by causing the contractions of detrusor muscle, and it was helpful for increase the pressure on the bladder and relaxations of the trigones. So the both system, so their work oppositely, and they are responsible to control the functions of the urinary system. So last components of the urinary system is a urethra. It carries the urine by a peristalsis from the bladder to the outside the body. So just it is the allow the passage of urine from outside the body. So that was the one of the important functions of the urethra. So this is the urethra. Okay, so that was, so that is only it can allow the passage of the urine outside the body. So these are the various components of the urethra. So now we can concentrate regarding the nephron. So nephron is a structural and functional unit of the kidney. So each kidney consists of the millions of the nephron. Okay. So regarding the anatomical structure, so nephron mainly consists of the glomerulus. So it is made up of the certain microvasculatures or capillaries. So that was acts as a semi-permeable membrane, so that can allow the filtrations of the body fluids. Then Bowman's capsule. So this is a whole assembly. So that was known as the Bowman capsules. Then the proximal convoluted tubule, then loop of Fennel, then distal convoluted tubules, and as well as Collatine duct. So these are different parts of the nephron. So these proximal tubule, anal, lopa funnel, distal connective tubule, collecting ducts. So they are play important role in the reabsorptions of the body water along with electrolytes, and as well as secretions of the certain substances. Those are not filtered by the glomerular apparatus. That was the major functions of the, so these different parts of the our kidney. And the nephron is also consist of the afferent arterioles and efferent arterioles. So afferent arterioles, so they carries the blood or body fluid towards the glomerular apparatus. So those are known as the afferent arterioles. And efferent, so they carries the blood away from the nephrons, away from the glomerular, and such arterioles are known as the afferent arterioles. And apparent and afferent arterioles, so they are play major role in the formations of the urine or filtrations of the body fluids. Okay, so it is also consist of the pretubular capillaries. So those are helpful for the filtrations of the body fluid. Regarding the functions of the nephron, so nephron is mainly involved in the filtrations of the body fluids and formations of the urine. So these are the structure and functions of the nephron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidney. In the forthcoming classes, we can discuss